story ends.
Tank
Never
bad
ever
for
friends.
everybody. They don't like nobody.
Goodbye,
Ain't
little
doing
hearts
nothing
calling
about
today.
it. Y'all sweating
But
here.
before you walk away,
That's all right.
I sincerely want to say,
Be ready. Ready?
But today, man, we got an interesting topic, man. We're gonna talk about Tank Davis, man. He's free from his shackles, man. He's free from Mayweather Promotions, allegedly. I say allegedly because we don't know for real yet. But he's seemed to be in the media a lot more lately since he's been quote unquote set free. He's been calling out certain people, saying he's gonna knock out certain people, and he's been saying that certain fights are signed and sealed and delivered. So we're gonna see what the new Tank gonna do, man. Let's talk about the 135 division first, man. He said he's going to fight everyone in the 135-pound division. That includes Devin Haney, that includes Shakur Stevenson, and many other stars, man. It's a really packed division. So I'm going to ask you, man, do you think that's cap, or you think that's fact of him actually wanting to make those fights? And if he does make those fights, do you see him actually trying to retire after that at this young age?
Boy, this is tough. I'm going to have to go with, somewhat of a cap. I think that boxers is getting in the habit now of trying to sell their fights, so they always attaching their name to other people that we want to see them fight. I mean, everybody doing it. It's a good way to sell your fight off of the possibility of you fighting a bigger fighter. And I think that his fight is mostly, Devin Haney, Lomachenko, and Shakur Stevenson, and Ryan Garcia. So his name is attached to those four names. So he has plenty of guys that he can make a big fight off of. The only one I feel like I think is not a lot, but I feel confident about is the Garcia fight, because to me I think Garcia is not ready for Tank Davis. I think it's levels to this. Now I don't think Ryan Garcia is not on that level yet. Do he got a chance to beat him? Yes, he does. But I would pick Tank Davis 9 out of 10 times to beat Ryan Garcia, and it's for a big bag, and it's gonna sell well. So I understand why he would fight that fight, but I'm at the point with Tank career, I think he's a special fighter, but I am ready for him to step up and fight some of these bigger names. So until he do it, I only can go by what you show me. So I'm gonna say he kind of capping a little bit, but if he's honest about retiring, then I do believe it's the truth. If he think he's gonna retire and he's starting to lose the love for boxing, he need to go and get all those big fights out the way and get all his legacy and accolades and all his money. And the only way he gonna get what he wants is to fight those four guys he just named. So I think it's somewhat capped, but if he's telling the truth about retiring and spot his career, it's time for him to have these big fights. I think the Ryan Garcia fight is not capped. I think that's the perfect opponent to make money off of, and I will pick him to win that fight 9 out of 10 times. I don't think Ryan Garcia is on his level, but those other three guys, Devin Haney, Lomachenko included, and also Shakur Stevenson, it's gonna be tough fights.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're telling a little bit of the truth, but it's kind of capped too, only because it's out of his hands, to be honest, man. Him fighting Ryan Garcia was an anomaly in itself because he's with Golden. Not Golden, but he's with the Zone, right? He's with the Zone. So that fight being made is an anomaly in itself. But Shakur Stevenson, he's with Top Rank. I don't think Top Rank is going to be in no rush to put Shakur Stevenson in there with Tank and possibly have him lose to Tank. I don't see Bob Arum doing that. He have a history of not doing that until it's the right time. But the Devin Haney fight is a possibility. Devin Haney, he pretty much bounced from, he's with his own, but he pretty much a free agent at this point. So I believe he pretty much in charge of his own career. So I think the shit talking they be having back and forth, man, they've been saying so much stuff that at this point they have to fight, man. To be honest. I don't want us to turn into another Crawford versus Spence type thing. Even though Crawford and Spence haven't really been talking a lot of shit to each other per se, until recently, it was a big fight. But these two guys are actually talking about old sparring tapes and put the tape out, and Mayweather got the tape, and
I'm glad you said that right.
Almost knocking them out.
I'm glad you said that right. I just want to ask you while you making your point. Do you believe what Tank Davis is saying about actually almost knocking Devin Haney out, or pretty much having to stop the sparring because of almost he not being able to continue? Do you believe it, or you think it's a little cap with that?
I believe it because it was a rumor back in the day when it first happened. It was a rumor. I kind of sort of remember a clip of them sparring back in the day. I don't know if it got taken down or what, but I do remember seeing them spar. I don't know if it was the first time they sparred or the second time they sparred, but I do remember it was some film out on YouTube a long time ago with them sparring. Just like this film now, right now, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney's farm. You can put it up on YouTube right now. So I do remember the clip being up there, but I think Mayweather Promotions might have took it down. So I'm gonna say it's truth. I'm gonna say truth, not just for recent memory, but Tank slightly older. Tank was slightly more experienced than Devin Haney at that point in time. So I do see that. You know what I'm saying? As a high probability. And plus, I don't really think Devin Haney denied it. I mean, Devin Haney's own film saying that, Devin Haney's own tape saying that, yeah, he clipped me. But he didn't say what happened after the clipping. And I think Tank is pretty much telling you what happened after he clipped him. He pretty much, they stopped the fight because he almost got knocked out. So that, you gotta, I mean, using my opinion, yeah, I think it happened. But you know, so that's sparring. And that was almost, 5-6 years ago or so? They was young. So probably older than that, probably over 10 years ago when they sparred. So that's old. So, yeah, it doesn't have anything gonna happen what's going with the fight. I mean, the fight can be a totally different type of thing now. Devin Haney's a lot better than he was back then, and Tank is, of course, a lot more better than he is back then. But yeah, but like I said, with all that shit talking they doing about that old clips and signing a contract and all that other shit, and who's undisputed and he haven't fought nobody, blase, they got to fight each other, man. All this shit talking and not putting fists to words, man, it's kind of getting old. In my opinion, this was really killing the sport.